Newsom's father, Leon, who played at Princeton, was struck before the 2018 game in East Lansing by the easy camaraderie between Michigan and Michigan State fans. You see them all tailgating together. No fights, no yelling, something you'd never see at OSU. But then the game starts, and on the field you can feel it. The animosity between the teams, the hate, the contrast between the fans and the players was stark. Granted, this year we realized it is okay to hate this team. They're not interested in playing us on a sporting level. They want to hurt you. That's what their season is about. Well, this year we showed up ready to respond, close quote, referring to the pre-game debacle with Devin Bush landscaping and the Spartans, doing their walk. I think the whole thing was during Michigan's Monday team meeting, which sets the tone for the rest of the week. Harbaugh addressed the issue directly. Again, this is from Johnny Bacon's book. Harbaugh grew up hearing his dad's stories about Michigan State. Jim had started 3 games at QB against the Spartans, breaking his arm in the first, and he'd already coached against them 3 times. 2 of them heartbreaking upsets. He knew more than enough about the rivalry to speak without euphemism to his players during the Monday team meeting. I don't think I need to tell you much about this game, he said. It's Michigan State week, and we know what that means. We know what's at stake. We want what's ours. We're coming for everything. Close quote. The look on Harbaugh's face during that meeting, you don't forget, said Shea Patterson. You could see and feel how much he was pissed off and how much he wanted this one. He said we usually take the high road. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize this was in the comedy section. But, well, this week, we're taking the low road. But we're going to take it on game day. Let them talk their expletive to the media all week. We'll talk ours on the field. Wait, so is he in essence saying we're going to play dirty this week?
He's, taking the low road, according to Shea Patterson.
Now, mind you, you had a psychopath like Taylor Lewan play for your team, so it doesn't really surprise me.
I didn't think Michigan cared about the Michigan State game.
Yeah, this is a lot of emotion for a game they don't care about. Harbaugh told his team that for the first time in the trophy's 65-year history, if the Wolverines won it back Saturday, they would take Paul Bunyan off his stand and march him onto the Spartans field as the Spartans had done in Ann Arbor in '08. He then added a warning. For you guys who've played the game, you know what it's all about. You know what it's going to take, and you know what's going to happen. So after the play ends, you need to remember it's not over. If you're in the pile, you're going to get it. If you're standing near the pile, you're going to get it. So be ready, be smart, be tough, and play to the echo of the whistle and bring Paul back where he belongs. Harbaugh had lit a fire, then doused gasoline on it. Coach is not a big rah-rah speaker, Chase Winovich said, but that inspired us. It was ready to go. It's always a scrappy game, which is great for me. I'm a scrappy player. I'll out-scrap anyone. You want to go there? I'll go there. It always seems like we try to take the moral high ground. Oh, right. Yes, we associate the word class with your program. But the way I look at it is, this is the time we're going to roll up our sleeves and get a little dirty. This is going to be a fight we're going to fight. They want to stay on the low road. Let's take a little visit. We're not going to spend time down there. Ultimately, that's not who we are. But given the circumstances, we have to respond differently. If you don't want us to go there, don't pull the antics you pull. You want to start it? Fine, we'll finish it. That's the way we're feeling as a team. After Winovich had publicly declared Wolverines' revenge tour had officially commenced, minutes after Wisconsin, at least a dozen teammates told him they supported everything he said, and that's how I feel. It wasn't for effect. My objective, isn't just to beat State. My objective is to take the low road and kick their ass. I genuinely want to embarrass State. I want to run the score up on them. Wisconsin, I've got respect for those guys. Old school football. Nothing extra, no talking. Penn State, same thing. Michigan State plays you different. They push you in the back, they push you after whistle. They'll say a lot of derogatory things. They'll flop for a flag. Playing them is a completely different beast than any other team in college football. I've never played another team like that. And there it is. Polly, I'll let you go first. You look like you're on the brink of erection.
Hey, this is an interesting excerpt from Johnny Bacon's book, I'll tell you that. But only John can bring something like that.
From the mind of executive.
It was, for one, I think this puts to bed any discussion about, Michigan doesn't care about Michigan State. We don't care about this game. We only care about Ohio State. It's clear Michigan does care about the Michigan State game, and they should care about the Michigan State game a lot. So on that end, I like to hear this stuff. I really do. I like to hear the desire and, hey, we want to go out and embarrass State. I don't care about that. I'm sure, I know Michigan State wants to embarrass Michigan. But where I don't, where I kind of laugh is the whole, well, we always take the high ground and Michigan State takes the low ground. That just sounds like little brother rhetoric. That sounds like little brother trolling to me. And this whole high ground, we take the moral high ground, they're just a dirty, low-class team. That's where I just kind of lie.
I mean, again, these are the same people who roll out the little brother shtick. These are the same people who I was told, and I'm not going to say the player, one of their players ran and flipped off the crowd. These are the same guys. I mean, Taylor Lewan out there trying to rip people's head off. I think that's enough.
We also have Michigan State assistant coaches apparently, getting in the face of Harbaugh's wife.
Now, again, you know what problem I have with that story? Just so we're clear, you have a head coach who never passes up an opportunity to grab the microphone. A head coach who never passes up an opportunity to create chaos and conflict, right? Do you mean to tell me that if his wife and the mother of his children was disrespected in such a manner after that game, that he would opt not to do something about that? That it wouldn't be simple to just go, tell me what the person looked like who did it to you, and I'm going to find a picture, and you're going to tell me if this is the guy. And you immediately called Antonio. You immediately make a stink about it. I mean, you want to drudge something up that allegedly happened 4 years ago, 3 years ago? I'm sorry, but I just have a lot of doubt cast on that story. Because I'll tell you this, if that actually took place the way that it's described in that book, the person who did it should never coach a game again in their life. But I have such a hard time believing the way that was described. And I have such a hard time believing that Harbaugh wouldn't have reacted. I just do.
You'd think that he would. It was
He
also
wouldn't let a
described.
pregame fracas go for 3 days.
It was described as assistant coach too. Was it an assistant coach? Was it just someone who was wearing an MSU polo that was credentialed in some other capacity? I don't know.
Right.
You're right. If something like that happened, that's terrible, and the Michigan State staffers should be fired for that.
To me, it's like all of it. All Michigan does is talk. See, the difference is no other school pretends that we are of a higher moral plane. You do. We are not like this. No, you're exactly like this. I mean, do we have to go back to Devin Bush's act last year? Right? No, you're just like us. Because it's what I said in the Monday after the game. I'm not blaming you for it, and you shouldn't blame us for it. Together, we both wanted that. Both schools wanted that. There was no reason for your guys to be out there, and there was no reason for our guys to try to walk through it. None. And there was no reason for you not to sidestep. There was no reason for us to try to be hard guy. So, just stop. Both schools want it. But see, that's the difference. You play pretend. It's also the difference is nobody talks like you, taking what's ours and doing, well, this is rightfully ours. Nobody acts that way. You want the trophy back? Good, you should. You should never want to lose it. What's rightfully ours? I mean, it's just, listen, this is why people hate you, and that's fine. Maybe you kind of get your rocks off with that. Cool. It takes all kinds of stuff. You ought to see what Roberto's into. The bottom line is, you know better or worse than anybody else. You're going to bring up stuff we've done in this game. I'm going to bring up stuff you've done. We're all in the mud together. It's a rivalry. Who's pretending it's classic? Not me. It's a rivalry game. It's ugly. It's nasty. And the last time I checked, nobody wants to be in the pile in a rivalry game. So quit acting like you're special. 248-539-9797 if you want to comment on that. David is coming in for the picks today. We'll talk about that. Some of your phone calls, 97.
Right now, though, we'll talk about Coppercraft Distillery. Man, I can't wait to be going home tonight, turning on the MSU game, and pouring a strong pour of Coppercraft. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. I'm talking about the 100-proof bottle they have, Roberto. Some of their 100-proof bourbon that's excellent. Their straight bourbon whiskey. Check out Coppercraft Distillery if you haven't yet. Guys, I say this all the time, but I mean it. It's worth at least trying. I sat down with Bogey a few weeks ago. We were actually over at Mike's house, and Bogey tried Coppercraft, said it was great. Try it. It's a great Michigan company, and just a great company in general. I hate saying just a Michigan company because it's beyond that. They've been winning national awards too. Coppercraft Distillery over in Howland, Michigan. Check them out. CoppercraftDistillery.com. You can also find the Coppercraft Bar in Ford Field and Comerica Park.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Discount Tire. Pretty busy afternoon so far. There's an accident blocking the two right lanes on 75 northbound just after Holbrook. Also reports of a disabled vehicle in the work zone, 75 northbound after 13 Mile in the left lane. And on US 23 southbound the ramp to eastbound 96, all lanes are blocked on that ramp due to an accident. This game was made by you. At Discount Tire, they understand that when you do get a chance to enjoy your day, it's their job to get you there safe. Stop in for their Labor Day event and save big. Discount Tire, let's get you taken care of. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
There's no higher calling than serving your community. I should know. I've answered that call for over 40 years. I'm Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon, and serving my community has been my calling, and it can be yours too. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office has many career opportunities, a competitive salary, benefits, and tuition reimbursement. A career as a Wayne County deputy is a calling worth fulfilling. Start a new career as early as 18. For more information, visit sheriffconnect.com.
Hot in the D-Vets, brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Don't miss the Marble Trivia Bar Crawl in Ann Arbor this Saturday, hosted by Crawl With Us. Or you can check out the Motor City Brew Tours, who will host their Viking Brew Tour starting at the River Rouge Brewing Company this Saturday. Wondering if an SUV is right for you? It's time to talk
Michigan, meanwhile, opening their year tomorrow against Middle Tennessee. Eastern Michigan traveling to Coastal Carolina. Western Michigan entertaining Monmouth. Turn to baseball. Tigers opening up a 4-game weekend series tonight. The play hosting Twins downtown. Edwin Jackson against Kyle Gibson. We'll have it right here on the ticket starting at 7:10. And the Lions will begin cutting down the roster to 53 players. They've now parted ways with former second-round pick Case Taylor. I'm Ryan Woolley. Moore's 4 at 97.1theticket.com.
The station with the most important guest is you.
All right, so the Pontiff himself has arrived. David, he's going to join us for the first picks of the year. We're going to do that in a matter of minutes. But the ticket texts are coming in. A couple of phone calls. We'll knock those down. This story just said Bush and U of M wanted it. No pretending. You're misrepresenting this, and every program talks like this. D'Antonio talks about being beyond reproach. This is college football thing, not a Michigan thing. What does that mean exactly? Seriously, I'm not being smarmy. I don't understand what this human being's communicating.
He's trying to say that this happens with every place. But I want to say this though, and when I responded to when you read the excerpt, and I know you said something similar as well. We both said that it's good, and we admit that it's good for both sides to have a want to win and to have I want to kill this team. That's good. There's no one has any issue with that mindset or that rhetoric. All we were saying was the whole high ground, low ground thing.
I like the fact that they think we are wholly different than any other school in America, and they somehow have to go through this extra moral compromise just to play us. That's all great. Sounds good to me.
React to this, Mikey. Simply put, if I told you, hey, you know what? Michigan players are saying they really want to kick Michigan State's ass this week.
What do I react?
You'd say, I understand that. That's good. Yeah. There's no one has any issue with that, I think, on either side. I think both fans can admit that obviously the other side wants to kick the other team's ass. That's good.
Yeah, I want to beat everybody. I don't have a problem. I thought Sully was a Michigan fan. If so, he needs to legally change his name to Benedict Arnold. Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Again, guys, I started out my response by saying I like that there's a hatred and that they're finally admitting it. That's what I started. The first thing I said after reacting to that, that's what it was.
All right. Did you see Feinbaum's comments about Michigan, comparing them to a drunk guy in a bar that runs their mouth? No, but that sounds awesome. Michigan taking the high ground. Didn't they shove a rail spike into the stadium? Listen, man, the whole idea of Michigan taking the high ground on anything is laughing. But whatever, man. You're writing fantasy books over there. Give me a break. Please, let's go to Mike, 97.1. Mikey, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Hey, good to talk to you guys.
Well,
Big day. Big day.
yes.
I'm thankful for the rest of the year. We'll see. I want to be positive. I'm right in there with you, but I'm a little worried about this offensive line. And like I told the call screener, there's a couple things I just want to ask you. But the call screener, like I said, sometimes I get two machines even like things like fan play calling, like when the crews are telegraphing the run. Everyone in the country knows, like when they're way behind it, like 7 yards back, it's going to be a handoff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever running back.
Absolutely. And again, this is part of my issue. It's not just the Jimmies and the Joes, it's the X's and the O's. I need to see a comprehensive facelift to this offense by approach, sequencing, things that whether they work or not, they make sense. And you can say, hey, I like the play call even though that didn't work. When you come out in the Wildcat with a backup quarterback who's never allowed to throw the ball, that doesn't make sense. When you come out in a goal line set at your own 28-yard line, that doesn't make sense. When you're running a jet sweep to the short side and you don't have Rondell Moore doing it, it doesn't make sense. So, Mike, believe me, I'm looking for all of those things this weekend.
One more quick thing. I'd like to see that. I'm really worried about the offensive line, and I really think that a lot of it's going to depend on that. You can't run, the working and everything. But that being said, I'd like to see that kid out of Dearborn. I see Salt High School getting
He's the third string quarterback. Listen, if we see Theo Day play, it means one of two things. It means the first two guys died, or it means we're up by 60. So, I mean, look. Early in camp, I heard he had a nice camp, and then Rocky Lombardi kind of cemented himself as the backup. I mean, Mike, I don't need to see another quarterback play except Brian Lombardi. That's it, that's all. If it's anyone other than number 14, okay. We do not have the luxury that, God forbid, something happens to Shea Patterson tomorrow night. Michigan could put Dylan McCaffrey in. It really wouldn't change my prediction on what I think they are. We don't have that luxury. Not unless Rocky Lombardi or Theo Day are somehow unbelievably improved from last year. We'll go to Jacob. We'll give him the final word, and then we're going to get the first picks of the year. Jacob, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm just ready for the first pick.
I am too. It's always a good time. David has even come in on his day off to do it, so we're pumped up about it.
I was just going to say, I heard a little bit after I started the call, but the Michigan State rivalry, I think Michigan State has had to do this rivalry the last 10 years. And everything like what Olsen did, I completely agree. Sure. If you have stuff like that, then Michigan just back down for you. And this is the time when Michigan needs to learn how to start winning rivalries. And not just Michigan State, but Ohio State, Notre Dame, Harvard. And they have to start somewhere. And I think a lot of people are like learning coaches.
Yep.
Learning how to not back down and punches.
Yeah, the difference is I don't have a problem. Like none of it. I mean, it's a rivalry. It's nasty. It's part of doing business. I don't know. Am I supposed to be offended? I'm not.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I just wish we lost the house. I just wish we lost the house and allowed the pressure. Yeah, they blocked the work. Good. They had lost the ability to go out.
Yeah.
Fair enough to fight.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you. And you know what? You're reclaiming some of that. It's good for the rivalry. It's good for us fans. But when it's positioned like somehow MSU is different than other schools, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's a totally ridiculous thing. Go look at an Alabama LSU game and go tell me what it looks like. Go look at Mississippi State. Go look at Florida State and Florida. Just go look at these games and tell me what they look like. It's not different than what we have. It's not.
No, it's not that it's different. It's that when D'Antonio, 12 years ago or whatever, stuck his said, no, I forget exactly what school it is. I'm sure you know.
Pride comes before the fall? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Michigan State turned around, and they started punching Michigan.
Yep.
Michigan just lost it. That's when Michigan, hired Rich Rod, lost everything that they were.
Yeah, and you know what? Reclaiming some of that is a good thing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm fine. I like it. I think it's cool. But, I think the problem is some fans, not all, I'm not going to generalize on this one. Some fans want to have their cake and eat it too, where they want to be able to say, oh, look, we're the baddest boy on the block, but we still don't care about you. And it's like, no, that's not really how that works. Because when you're reading this stuff, yeah, that's a lot of words for something you don't care about. Big Power's at it again, leaving people in the dark. How many people messing around with flashlights and candles during a power outage? What is this, 1930? Come on. Go power. Go power. Go solar with Power Home Solar. They make it easy to switch to solar, hooking you up with battery storage for your installation. No more searching for a flashlight. Big Power leaves you in the dark. Own your power. Don't rent it. Power Home Solar, #1 residential solar provider in the state. One of the top solar installation companies in the nation. Guys, they install American-made panels, 30-year warranty. So you own your power, don't just rent it. Take advantage of their stuff right now. Because I'm telling you, they're getting unbelievably busy. You want to see if it's right for you, go to powerhome.com. That's powerhome.com. Give them a call, 1-800-SOLAR-15. That's 1-800-SOLAR-15. You schedule your free solar consultation today. Don't rent your power, own your power with help from Power Home Solar.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip, it's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
This CBS Sports Minute is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
more on car insurance. The defending national champion Clemson Tigers kicked off their 2019 season last night hosting the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This was never going to be a game, and Clemson dominated from start to finish, winning 52-14. All we really wanted to see was Act 2 of true sophomore Trevor Lawrence. Billed as a prodigy at position, and after winning it all last year in convincing fashion, a repeat in the Heisman Trophy are the expectations for this year. The Tigers are likely to make it back to the college football playoff, but Lawrence's chances for the Heisman could be challenged by someone on his own team. Junior running back Travis Etienne had an explosive start against Tech, going for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns on 12 carries. The reigning ACC Player of the Year is actually the guy to watch, even if all we want to talk about is the quarterback. I'm Tiki Barber. Great news, there's a quick way that you can save money. Switch to Geico. All it takes is 15 minutes to find out if you can save 15% or more on car insurance. And Geico offers coverage for more than just car insurance. Got a motorcycle? Geico's got you covered. Got an RV? Covered. A boat? Covered. How about homeowners or renters insurance? You bet Geico's got you covered. And there's so much more Geico can help you with. Plus, don't forget the discounts. Go to geico.com today and see how much you could save. That's geico.com.
Lowe's is here to help pros like you save with special Labor Day savings going on now throughout the store. Like $45 off 5-gallon pails, $15 off gallon cans with a Lowe's gift card rebate when you buy select interior and exterior paint and stain. And get up to 40% off select appliance special values with 4-piece kitchen suites as low as $1,160. Whatever you need for your next job and any job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Paint offer valid through 9/4, appliance offer valid through 900. US only. Ready to step up your phone game? Right now, get any Samsung Galaxy Note 10 at T-Mobile, and we'll give you a Galaxy Note 10 free when you get a qualifying family plan. And T-Mobile gives you more with lots of extra benefits, like unlimited talk, text, and data on our network. With all that data, you can stream your favorite shows and movies because Netflix is included on your family plan. Plus, with faster charging and a bigger battery, you can binge all you want without worrying about battery life. Talk about an awesome phone with an amazing network. The Galaxy Note 10 is all about giving you powerful performance. So hurry to buy any Galaxy Note 10 when you get a qualifying family plan, and they'll give you a Galaxy Note 10 free. Only at T-Mobile. Customers using a restricted case for a month may notice reduced speeds. Video at 480p. Note 10 free via 24 monthly credits for well-qualified customers. Plus tax. Qualifying plus plan and finance agreements required. 0 down plus $39.59 for 24 months. Pre-credit price $949.99. 0% APR. If you cancel, credit stop and remaining balance due. Receive Netflix Basic One screen up to $8.99 per month value.
Who says better rates can't come with better service, better access, better values? Open your eyes to a credit union to find better rates than banks for pretty much everything you buy. Like mortgages that save you hundreds in closing costs, better rates on auto loans, and credit card rates almost 5% lower. Last year, Michigan members saved over $400 million. Make the change you know you want to make. Not already a member? Find a Michigan credit union near you at cummichigan.com.
Kelly Ellis Anti-Touch in Warren has 2 for $222. 2019 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn 4-wheel drive starts $222 per month. No hidden fees. You've got a question? We've got an opinion.
It is with great pride and anticipation we give you a tradition on this program that is not to be taken seriously, but is not to be missed. For the first time in 2019, I give you the bus.
Nice pick. Hey, let's see
It's set time! I think it's going to be a close game. Explode in the second half.
I am down right hard.
One with Messi, right?
I now need 3 for that country. The show is incredibly controversial.
That is right. Hatchet has joined us on a day off. Away we go. We start out Eastern Michigan, laying 6.5 as they travel to wherever the hell Coastal Carolina is to take on the Chanticleers. We start out with David. Eastern Michigan, surprisingly, the MAC title is not out of reach for them, so I have to go the Eagles here. Wow, what a start. Really disappointed that made a return. All right, we go over to Sully.
I'd love to get that full, for sure.
Johnson. Give me the purple people leaders.
It's because Stanford always starts the season strong when you look at the trends. That's why the point spread's this way.
Well, I'm not singing the fight song, but I'll take Northwestern.
Go Cats, right?
Go Cats. Name number 3. Boise State travels to take on FSU. They're at some nonsense. What is this, the Belk Bowl or whatever it is? Florida State now laying, Mike, 6.5?
6.5 when I checked it this morning.
Wow. Moody's opened up at 3.5. We go to David. There is a hurricane hitting Florida. This game's moved from Jacksonville to Tallahassee because of it. And because of that, I'm taking Florida State in this game. Over Sully.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Florida State as well.
Wow.
And here's why. I said this on Cash a Ticket. They returned 16 of their 20 tacklers on defense.
Ooh.
Give me FSU here.
Well, I'll tell you a couple of things. A, Florida State last year showed me one of the worst offensive lines in the history of organized football. 2, I can't support a team that supports something known as the turnover backpack.
Yeah.
And 3, you're giving me a touchdown to one of the most well-coached, well-organized road teams in the land. Give me Boise to at least keep this puppy close. Game number 4.
The drug issue isn't really an issue because I've done drugs, so I'm good with that.
Well, enjoy it, Doug. All the narcotics you want. It's a long weekend. Oh, listen to me. Syracuse, Indy, why did my athletic director make me do this bowl? Travels to take on Liberty. They got Hugh Freeze coaching from a Motel 6. Syracuse laying 18.
Update 18.5 now.
Yeah. Doesn't matter to me. This is the game of the weekend. The game of the weekend for me. Syracuse lost Dungy, and should support Dino Babers, but I have to take Liberty in the upset. They win this game, and you know why? You know why? Because Liberty is one of those religious schools. David's in. We're going over to Sully.
Hey, Uncle Joe, tell them about it, Jojo. You need a Hummer?
That's right.
Yeah, man, Liberty is, when you look at the trends on it, Liberty's so good against the ACC, and they're so good in their non-conference games as well. So the fact that we're getting another half a point than the line was a few hours ago, sure, I'll take Liberty as well.
Let me tell you
Not to
something.
win, though, David, to cover.
Let me tell you something right now. I very rarely, go against my cousin, Dino Babers, and his big black coffee. I rarely will ever go against his big black rumors.
I'm both guys.
But here's the deal. I'm going to stand tall with my guys here. This was one of the last games that I didn't select on Cash the Ticket. Let's go with Liberty. We got Hugh Freeze in a hotel suite on a walkie-talkie. Game number 5, Georgia Vandy, Georgia 22.5. David, this game is in Vanderbilt, but it's not a home game for Vanderbilt because 70% of the tickets have been purchased by Georgia fans. They're taking over Nashville. Bulldogs all the way here.
Bigger and blacker.
Over the Sully.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a lot of points. I know Vandy's pretty good in their conference games covered.
Today,
But
Smalls.
I'm going to take Georgia. Shout
Georgia.
out to Jimmy.
Next, Oregon, Auburn, showdown, Saturday night, live line, Auburn -4. David, take us to Jerry World. Not sure how good Oregon is, but I know Malzone isn't, so let's go Ducks. Over to Sully.
Love Justin Herbert. He's going to have a great year, but I'm actually going to take Auburn this week.
Oregon's one of my sleeper teams. I think they have a superior offensive line. They can handle Auburn's D-line. You get the better quarterback. Look, Auburn is starting a talented but raw true freshman in Bo Nix. I can't take him in a big game like that. I'll give the Ducks a free roll here. I'll take the 4. Well, the defenses might be doing that here. Houston and Oklahoma in Norman. Oklahoma laying 23. The over-under set at 118.5. We go to David. Femi and Houston, but it doesn't matter. Jalen Hurts, black quarterback. Boomer Sooner all the way. Wait a minute. Houston's got a black quarterback in here. It doesn't matter here. Better team. Better black guy, he says. We go to Sully.
Yeah, over-under's actually at 80 right now. That's crazy. I like Oklahoma. Jalen Hurts going to try to send a message, run up the score. Give me Oklahoma.
I think Oklahoma can name the amount of points they score, but defensively, let's not sleep on Houston. season. Go Blue, Michigan all the way. All right, over to Sully.
You know what? I like Michigan as well. I think they're just going to totally run up the score. I think they'll kill MTSU's. Give me Michigan, man.
I love it. Tell you one thing, I am downright hard. Thanks, Bogey. Happy birthday, by the way. I think Harbaugh loves to pound the week. They'll probably print a number on this one. Something like, I don't know, 49-10.
Oh, yeah.
Lay to points. What the hell? Let Michigan fans be happy and party in the big hole for one night. Comes to the selections. I'm not yelling. I'll lose my voice. I'll let David Seaton his way out of his second dick. That's not nice. No! 7-1.
This report brought to you by Bill Brown Ford on the Southfield Freeway northbound at Joy Road. An accident is now blocking the left lane and shoulder. Traffic is slowing down right around Michigan Avenue. There's also an accident reported on 696 westbound Bridge, northbound 75, and a disabled in the work zone 75 northbound after 12 mile, blocking the right lane.
Bill Brown Ford announces his new sales team members to help you get into that new Ford car, truck, or SUV. Leading off is Scott Doherty. Next up, Al Rabin. And we round out our lineup with John Engler. Stop in today and meet the new sales team members at Bill Brown Ford in Livonia.
I'm Michelle Penny of the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Coming on Monday at 7:35, what are the early returns on Josh Gaddis? And at 8:35, what are your week one takeaways in college football?
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings, 6 to 10.
Consumers Energy is modernizing our natural gas infrastructure in Macomb County. Our crews are improving safety, reliability, and efficiency by installing 14 miles of new natural gas pipelines. Because a stronger infrastructure is better for you and better for Michigan. And remember, when you see our crews, please slow down and go around to keep everyone safe. Consumers Energy, count on us.
Hey everyone, I'm Max. And I'm Mitch. And this is Mix and Match with Max and Mitch, where we talk about all the items here at Hungry Howie's that you can mix and match for $5.99 each.
Mitch, can I mix and match a medium one-topping flavored crust pizza with Howie bread?
Yep. Max, can I mix and match boneless wings and a sub? Match away, Mitch.
Well, I mixed and matched a salad and this Howie cookie.
Excuse us? We're doing a thing. Now at Hungry Howie's, get any two mix and match items for only $5.99 each. Hungry.
Bill, Susan, you guys look amazing. What's the secret? Our new Sleep Number 360 smart bed. He chooses the comfort on his side. I choose mine. We feel great. Can it help keep you asleep? Yes, it senses our movements and adjusts to keep us both comfortable all night. I can't even get to sleep anymore.
It's the biggest sale of the year and the last chance to save 50% on Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus special financing. Ends Monday. Find your local Sleep Number store. Go to
first quarter tonight, all about getting the players past their opening night jitters.
All of their attention. Can they stay focused where they're going to start thinking about the crowd or start thinking about all these things and not do their job? So the bottom line is do your job, do it fast, know what you're doing, and I think our players do know what they're doing, and they're poised to make an impact.
Kickoff tonight is set for just after 7. Meantime, the Tigers and after this evening are just have a 5-game losing streak as they open up a 4-game weekend series with the Twins. Edwin Jackson against Kyle Gibson. We'll have it right here with the ticket starting at 7:10. Wrapping up the preseason with an 0-4 record, Lions now begin the task of trimming down their roster. Head coach Matt Patricia admits this is one of the hardest parts of a coach.
I think for us this year, certainly in some spots and some positions, I feel like the competition is really difficult from an evaluation standpoint to try to make those decisions. I think those guys have done a great job going out and working really hard against each other and proving their value. So there will definitely be some really tough decisions.
Excuse you, Heather. One of those cuts today was second-round pick Ateez Tabor. And autopsy results have now come back for Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs. He was found to have fentanyl, oxycodone, and alcohol in his system that led to him choking on his own vomit. The ticket update next. I'm Ryan Woolley. For more, go to 971ticket.com. First, guys, did Cincinnati look good or did UCLA look terrible? I'm leaning towards the latter. I thought UCLA was absolute boiling vomit. I mean, honestly, I'm starting to wonder if Chip Kelly is just a has-been at this point. If Chip Kelly is just a guy who, when he was in college football, had something different and new, and people didn't know how to handle it. The offense, the tempo. Well, guess what? Everyone uses tempo. Everyone has seen those formations. Now, Chip Kelly last night, he's not coming out with speed and space. He's coming out with tight ends and fullbacks. He has no quarterback to speak of. This Robinson, Thomas, whatever his name is, the guy sucks. He's terrible. I'm sorry. I am completely underwhelmed. I thought Chip going to UCLA would be fun and interesting and be a net positive. Year one, you go 3-9. You can't come out year two and debut and score 14 points. It's an embarrassment. I thought UCLA looked like hot garbage last night. I feel like I was way too into that because you and Kenny are both looking at me like, bro, you're taking it.
No, I watched almost the whole game, and it was so many goal-line turnovers in the first half. It was close. In the first half, it was really close, but then it just really got ugly for UCLA towards the end of the second.
Right before the fall has come full circle on D'Antonio. It sums up Michigan State's offense. MSU has to be a rivalry game for Michigan because God knows the OSU one isn't anymore. I think we have all fall to get into that. Why don't we leave that alone? Sully, you had a quick Lions thing to get done. Go ahead.
Yeah, winless in the preseason, 0-4. And I was kind of just looking it up and see if that means anything at all statistically. So there is some statistical evidence to suggest that being at least passably good in the warm-ups is some kind of prerequisite for later glory. So here's the thing. Out of the last 11 Super Bowl champions, none of them produced a preseason record worse than 2-2. And no title team this millennium had ever gone winless in the preseason. So according to those numbers, Lions won't be winning the Super Bowl this year, which